So, I did a seminar the other day that Ralph came to, and he liked one of my concepts on guard passing. Now, there's hundreds of techniques you can find online for guard passing, different methods of passing certain ways, but I really like to look at concepts, and the reason why is concepts are a lot more flexible than techniques. Technique, you drill it, it'll become muscle memory, it'll work only in that one situation. And any time a variable will change, so will that technique have to. So you'll have to train more and more for that. I like to stick to concepts because the concepts are universal and flexible. So I know I have a concept in my head, but it allows me to be a lot more versatile with my approach. So I can confuse them, I can change in the moment. And one of my best concepts for passing the guard is what I'm going to show tonight. I'm going to start off. When you guys are thinking about passing the guard, what's going through your head first?
Control the legs.
Passing the legs?
Control the legs.
Yep, so control the legs, then what?
Control the legs.
So pass the legs or throw them out of the way, then
Come near.
then consolidate or close the distance and stop him from rolling. Okay, it's like the most common thing. For example, if he was here, I'm going to pass the legs, I'm going to close the distance and consolidate this. If he rolls, I don't get the point, so I don't get the pass, so I want to make sure that he stays here. So that's quite simple. Where it gets tricky is, what do you think the hardest part of passing the guard is? Is it passing the legs?
Keeping the right distance.
It's keeping the right distance?
Keep him on his back.
Keep on his back. Something a bit more generalized. Out of those three things, what would be the hardest? Controlling the hips, it depends because certain guard passes will require certain things. But I'll tell you right now, passing the legs isn't the hardest thing to do. It's actually quite easy to pass the legs. What is the hardest is closing the distance here once you do that. Why is it the hardest, do you think? Because once I start passing the legs, I threaten to pass the legs, what does he do naturally? He goes into defense mode. And what's he going to do? Push me away and make it really hard for me to get here. And especially with no gi, it becomes really important because I haven't got anything to grab a hold. Grab his ears maybe or something like that, but I'm not going to do that. So, passing the legs is the easiest part. It's consolidating here that's the tricky part. Now what I do is, I don't like to come in straight for the legs. If I come in straight for the legs and attack heavily against the legs to pass the legs, he's going to defend really quickly, isn't he? If Ralph was trying to pass my guard, and the moment I feel like my legs are getting passed, anyway, then I'm straight away pushing off. I do not want him to connect to me. I don't want him to close the distance. But it's quite easy to do this from here, because all I'm concentrating on is keeping him off as he's passing my legs. Okay? Now, if we change roles, if I don't want him to defend so much, what should I do? Or what shouldn't I do? I shouldn't pass the legs too quickly. Because I know if I start doing this, what does he do? He starts pushing me off. It's hard to get hold of him. It's really hard from this distance. It's like trying to grab two pipes. What I like to do is I like to just do enough so he can't attack with his legs. So I almost go into like an autopilot with the legs. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make him comfortable enough to get good control of his upper body. And it doesn't matter which position I do this from. If I do it from seated guard here or butterfly guard and he's playing guard, I'll just do this. I'll just slowly work forward, try and get some kind of control of the upper body. And he doesn't mind so much because he doesn't feel like he's threatened with the legs. He doesn't feel at all like the legs are going to get past. But once I get here and I get a hold of this, now I start to try and pass the legs. And he's going to try and stop me, and then eventually I will pass. And it's too late for him to push me off. He tries to push me off now, never going to happen. I'll hold this. And how did I consolidate? He let me consolidate because he didn't feel threatened and he was open. A lot of time, from seated guard, they will do this for you. He'll be sitting here, kind of calm. He'll go for an underhook or something and give me what I wanted in the first place. So this is what I'm always trying to look for. If we're playing inside Del Hiva and we're sitting here like this, even the same thing. I'm trying to get close to him. I'm trying to get something locked on him. I don't want to put pressure straight away. I start putting pressure here, he's going to push me off. It's hard for me to reach anything to get myself to consolidate. So I'll sit here nice and comfortable, like I don't have any option, and I play around, and I'm just trying to get closer. I'm trying to make him feel comfortable so I can get closer, closer, and then when I get a hold of something and I feel like he can't push me off, now I start. And now he's going to try and defend from now, but it's too late. I slide through, and he can't push me off. And it's easier to pass the legs once I've consolidated than what it is when he's got free motion. Because when I consolidate, what am I doing? I'm locking him in here. I'm taking away a lot of his movement. If I'm here, he can still move his hips up, he can kick around, he can do whatever he wants. He's got heaps of movement. So it's harder for me to pass the legs there. So once you get this, it doesn't matter where you get from, that's when you start passing. That's when I start moving around and doing whatever I want. Be creative with it. So what we're going to work on tonight is a pass. Let's say we do a pass from butterfly guard. So your opponent's going to be in here. I want you not to try and push the legs out of the way. I want you to allow him to get some kind of control of you here, and you do the same. Okay, I'm going to do this for the sake of it because I'm right-handed. It's easier for me to show it. But we get in this position, an over-under. What I want you to do is I want you to get this nice and tight, and then I want you to start passing. What do I need to watch for from this position?
Sweep.
A sweep. So where would I not want to go, and why would I have to watch for that? Which way can he sweep me? This way. Why can he sweep me this way? Because he's taken away my post.
Relation of hips.
Yep.
If you don't want
He's got the three things. He's got my post, he has my weight, and he's got a leverage point. I'm going to go over. So, what do I need to do? Put my weight this way. Is it easier for me to do it, or is it easier for him to win this battle? For me. Why is that? Because he's pivoting on his butt, I'm on my legs. Try and take me this way as much as you can. It's quite easy for me to throw myself this way. So in this situation, where we have got an even position, he will have the advantage if we go this way. I will have the advantage if I go this way. So the first thing I want you to do is get it to this side. We're here, we start, hold on, get it to this side. Hold nice and tight, and then I want you to start passing. And I don't care how you pass. I'm going to come around and help you guys, but I want you to start passing from here. Try and stop me from passing off from here. You see how easy that is? Because he hasn't got good hip movement. Because I've consolidated already. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We're going to start here. You can be flexible with how you do this. And we're going to move a bit further forward, and we'll keep going with that. Okay? Do you do the 1, 2, 3 clap stuff? 1, 2, 3 clap.